Hey YouTubers, it's Mac User here, coming back with another screencast, and today we're just going to deal with a very simple process of rebooting your Macintosh HD into different operating systems. Before we get into this screencast, if you haven't watched my video on how to create multiple partitions with different operating systems, then I suggest you click back and watch that particular episode before you proceed on this episode. But basically the assumption I've got here is I've got an iMac, and it's got 4 different operating systems installed on it, and I use disk utility to partition the drive into 4 different drive systems and installed an operating system for each of those systems. And as you can see within the screencast, the 4 operating systems that I'm dealing with is 10.6, which is Snow Leopard, and then I've got Mavericks, which is 10.9, Yosemite, which is 10.10, and then El Capitan, which is 10.11. And this screencast is actually run off an old iMac, I think a 2008 machine, so it won't be able to install Sierra on it, but the principle is the same. So anyway, without further ado, let's get started. So what I've got here is I've got a operating system of Yosemite. I've booted into that operating system, and I'm just going to go into disk utility just to show you that system. And as you can see, there's a hard drive, and it's split into 4 different partitions with each of the operating systems which I mentioned earlier. And then I'm just going to open up each of those different hard drives, and as you can see, each partition has got its own build of a particular operating system on it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to restart the operating system. So I go into System Preferences, I go to Startup Disk, I just click on the Startup Disk, and then I select the operating system I want to. And for this occasion, I think I'm just going to select Mavericks, and then I'm just going to click Restart. And then obviously it will prompt you, and it restarts. And then if by magic, obviously a couple of minutes later, it will restart. And as you can see, it's the same Mac, as you can see on the right hand side, the 4 different hard drives. And I've obviously rebooted it into Mavericks. And then you can see that in the startup disk process there. You can see that it's actually rebooted, and it's set to boot every time in Mavericks. I'm now going to change it back to Yosemite, which I think is a very good build, certainly for an iMac 2008 machine. And I obviously have now selected that, and I've rebooted the machine, and it's now in Yosemite. And that's the simple process that you can do, and you control everything from System Preferences and Startup Disk. You can, if you want to, you can just restart the machine or start the machine and press down the Alt key and reboot from that. It's entirely up to you, but you do need to have, each machine needs to be assigned a particular hard drive that's going to be the default setting, and on this particular machine the default setting is Yosemite. So I hope you enjoyed that very quick, simple screencast. Check back later for further screencasts, and don't forget, if you've got any comments or any requests on certain videos that you would like, then please just put them in the comments below, and I'll get back to you at a later date. So take care and have a great day. Thanks very much.